Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Dirty, and I got my man Sinister here, and we the 4K Club, and we're back to talk about some news, some movies, 4K movies at that. And like I said, I'm Dirty, and I'm gonna let my guy right here introduce himself. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This your boy Sinister. It's just like Dirty said, we're here just to bring the entertainment, what's going on in the entertainment world and things like that. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get the show started. First off, how we usually do, like any 4K movie pickups, we'll go ahead and start that. Well, yeah, Dirty, why don't you go first? I know you probably had a couple of ones you want to get through real quick.
Yeah, the first two that I picked up was Nobody. This was
Nice.
actually on sale on Amazon. I think it was $9.99 if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. They had it on sale, and then I picked up Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I love this movie. Funny
Yeah, me
movie.
too.
Yes. This one was also $9.99. So I hurried up and jumped on that. I had a buddy of mine actually sent me a message through Twitter. He was like, "Hey, look what they got." He sent me the link, and I jumped right on it. Um, and I also picked up um, the Fast and Furious collection.
Right. Oh,
I
I have the
finally got,
same thing.
yeah, I finally got my hands on it. Amazon had it on sale for $48. So I had to jump on it. Even though I have 8 and 9, I was
Right.
like, you know what? I'm still going to throw this in the mix because I don't have the rest. So that was cool to pick up. I also picked up The Underworld.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I picked up The Underworld. Amazon. Amazon still has this, the complete 5 movies, for $59.
Wow.
So that's not bad because when I pre-ordered it like a month before it came out, and it was $59, and I believe it's still $59 the last time I checked.
Wow, that's great.
And yeah, and the last one, this was a birthday gift to me, and I wanted this. And even though I have this on 4K, the extended edition, now I have the extended edition Hobbit, all 3 movies in 3D.
Wow, man, you can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't beat that. All 3 movies in 3D. I was like, yes, thank you, birthday present. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, I'll go ahead and show mine real quick. Like these first two, you already covered them last week, so I'm going to cover them today.
Hmm.
And that is Justice League, the Snyder cut.
Oh yeah.
I was able to get that on sale. Another one that you already covered, Black Widow. I already saw it in the
Mhm.
theater, and now I was able to pick these three up all at the same time. So I will on that Best Buy. So go ahead and get into it, and that is Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what up, Miss K?
Hey, what's up, Miss K?
Yeah, sis is in the house. All right, that's all because of course, have picked up the sequel, King of the Monsters. Yeah,
Oh
sorry for the
yeah.
glare because I didn't tear off the plastic yet. So,
Right. That's the next movie I'm gonna get in 3D.
right, and of course the final pickup is Godzilla versus
Um,
Kong.
yeah, I love that movie. That movie was good.
Yeah, because like I said, like two of the three they were on HBO Max, but I ended up picking up it anyway because like I said, they're all great. I
Yeah.
was able to get these on sale. I was trying to pick up the Jurassic World pack, but over at Best Buy, but it was sold out. So I mean, I'll probably just go get it off of Amazon later on.
Oh,
Things like
okay.
that.
Okay.
So,
And for the people, I know you showed the Justice League, the Snyder's cut. So
uh-huh.
if anybody watching that haven't picked it up yet, Walmart has it on sale for $9.99. The 4K come with the Blu-ray, but you get no digital code. I was like, man, you don't get a digital copy, just the you
Mm-hmm.
know just a 4K movie and the Blu-ray. But I mean, still that's still good for $9.99.
Yeah, sis, I got these at Best Buy, like all five of them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't beat that. And so, all right. So that concludes that segment. Now we can move on to the other segment, and that is the movie anniversaries. it started with 1991 and 1996. So I'll probably go first on this one for 1991. Basically, my first pick I like is Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
As like I said, like these are the movies that started off 30 years ago. But with this one, my brother and I, we caught it opening night. I mean, it was great for John Singleton, like his first movie, and like showing like the reality was going on, and especially in Compton and South Central LA. I mean, the actor was great. Lawrence Fishburne, Angela Bassett. This is like before both of them started getting more popular. Cube. This is his movie debut. Which is him as Dobar, which is really great. I mean, like I said, I mean Regina King. I was like, I mean, it's a great cast. I mean, it
is.
I mean, like I said, good writing. It's just a phenomenal script, and I can tell you because there was a woman sitting next to me, and boy, she was tearing up when Ricky got killed. I mean,
oh wow,
she was going through the emotion. She was like leaning on her man. I was like,
and if I'm not mistaken, I know this is the first time I've seen Morris Chestnut. Is that his debut? Also, Morris Chestnut.
No, because he was in a TV movie that was in the 80s and things like that.
Okay.
I think that's one of his earlier roles, but as far as big screen, I guess that's one of his debut ones, things like that. So, all right, Dirty. Yeah, what's your first pick?
Well, since you got Boys in the Hood, which I have the same thing. I remember the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's to me that's a classic. I don't know how many times I watched that movie, but it was good. I heard it was actually off the group The Dales, I believe. Right. So just all the singing and the acting was phenomenal. Robert Townsend, produced it, read it. It was awesome.
I think he directed it too.
Yeah, directed it. And to this day, man, whenever I see it, on TV or whatever, I got to stop and watch it. Before I know it, I'm watching the whole movie.
I mean, yeah, that's great.
Yep.
All right. For my second pick, I have Point Break.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, like Patrick Swayze, he's like one of the bank robbers, and then of course Keanu Reeves, he's tasked to go after him, and somehow he got in too deep with him, and things like that. One thing led to another. I mean, it was a great movie. I mean, it's like the bank robbing scenes, and Patrick Swayze, rest in peace. Like him playing a surfer guy, and that's funny enough. Like Keanu Reeves, his character's name is Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
But it was funny. Like the scene I got over was like, how he got beat up by the woman in the bathroom. She was half naked and everything. I was like, dang, Keanu. She was giving you the business.
Right.
But like I said, I mean, I enjoyed the original, and of course there was a remake that came out years later. Of course, I didn't care for it. It was like, it's got nothing on the original because Catherine Bigelow, she directed it. I mean, it was great, but the remake, nah, pass.
Nah, okay.
All right. That's your go.
I think my next one would be What About Bob? It's a comedy.
Bill Murray.
Yes, dude, that movie is hilarious. Because he was like his shrink or something like that, I believe. And he wound up going on vacation with his family, and the family loved him, but the husband, oh my God, he couldn't stand him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just in all type of quirky little messes and stuff, mishaps, and that was a funny movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but if I find this on DVD or Blu-ray, I definitely got to pick it up.
Oh yeah, no doubt. All right. My next one is Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I mean, just like I said, like James Cameron, like the way he did with the first one. I mean, he stepped into a whole nother level with the sequel because, like, out of all the movies, T2, you cannot touch it.
You can't.
I mean, like, you gotta think about it. Like, even like years later on Blu-ray, I got the director's cut, like with all the new scenes added in there. It's like, I mean, it was cool. Like, I mean, Arnold, you're bringing him back. Linda Hamilton, you brought the two originals back. But even though his character died in the, in the machine part, but he's just off an assembly line. But this time he's tasked like to watch after his son. Basically takes orders from him, and you got T-1000. I mean, like I said, this stepped up the level, especially with the animation, the special effects.
Yeah, I remember. Me and my buddy, we went to go see that, and man, we was just in awe. You know what I'm saying? With, like you said, it was a step up from the original. The special effects with the liquid metal guy and how he can, shape shift and blend in, and it was ahead of his time.
I mean, yeah, especially like all the action scenes, like the way he was chasing John Connor in the L.A. Canal, like in that truck, he was still coming. He's like, and here comes Arnold on that motorcycle just with that shotgun. I mean, that was amazing. I mean, that was some dedication. You sitting there riding your motorcycle while shooting back, and just get one shot off, just go. It's like clack, clack. I mean, yeah, like I said, like the writing's phenomenal. The action is the action is just right there, and of course, we got a little motion at the end. It's like, yeah, it's like one thing you got to destroy. What up here? It's like, no, what is it? I mean, yeah, it's great, but yeah, that's my second pick.
All right, my next pick, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I think they have it on 4K now, if I'm not mistaken. So I have to pick that up, and it is Backdraft.
Oh yes, man, I loved it when it hit HBO.
Yeah, I seen the movie one time, I think maybe once or twice, but I love that movie. I can't remember who all was in it, their names, but I know
Kurt Russell, William Baldwin,
Kurt Russell,
Robert De Niro,
and Kurt Russell. I think it was Kurt Russell and the second guy you said, they were brothers, right? Because they was
William Baldwin. Yeah, they were brothers.
Yeah, they was.
Of course. Scott Glenn. I think he was like one of the villains in there.
Yeah, because one of them was set fires, but you know what I'm saying, they would always be the first on the scene, until they caught on like what was going on. And they were just explaining about the backdraft. Like a backdraft can happen, you know what I'm saying? Like you open up a door, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing but oxygen coming through, and that fire just pulling towards that oxygen to just burn you alive. But yeah, that was another good one. I believe it's on 4K, so I definitely got to pick that up, put it in the library.
All right. My next one is the Addams Family.
Okay.
I rented this movie. I mean, I never watched it. Rented it like my cousin. We watched it like that night at our house, and we laughed from beginning to end. And of course, we end up going to my grandparents' house. We watched it over there. My little cousin came over. It's like, hey, what's this? Like, it's the Addams Family. I mean, even though they did like the 3 movies before the animated ones, but the second one was okay. But I mean, I love the original. I mean, Raul Julia, I think that was like he did the first 2 right before he passed away, and I mean, it was great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot he did do. He played the father.
Gomez. Yeah,
Gomez. Yeah.
Oh, Angelica Houston. I mean, she was great as Morticia, and then Christina Ricci. It's like she started getting big, like playing Wednesday. I mean, it's just the movie was great overall. I mean, of course, Christopher Lloyd is Fester.
Right.
I don't know. It was kind of weird seeing him with hair, and then of course shaved his head, and have his look back. It's like, that's the Fester that we know, and
right.
It was. I mean, that was great on there. I mean, just like I said, the sequels are okay, but I mean, you can't touch the original.
That's true.
All right. I guess it's like your fourth one coming up.
This will be my fourth, my last one, because I had Boys in the Hood also. But my fourth one would have to be The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. I remember, I think my brother had this when I seen it on VHS, and it's not scary, but I thought it was, what I'm saying? Just knowing that it was like, find out that it was kids actually under the stairs and shit. I think they was like adopted or something like that, and each one had something, wrong with them. Like the one boy that was actually helping out, the sister and the boy that actually broke back into the house, he had no tongue, so he really couldn't, talk that well.
Right.
Yeah, so I remember that it was the mother and father figured out that it was somebody left in the house because I think
Mhm.
it started off they actually break in the house, I guess,
Right.
looking for whatever jewelry, money, or whatever.
Right.
That's what I remember. And the little boy, he seen what happened. He seen that the guy he went in with got killed. He went upstairs to hide, and it went on from there. It was just good. It was a good movie.
All right. Of course, my final pick will be Cape Fear.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, because granted, I didn't know there was like an original movie and things like, but the one we saw in the '90s was a remake, but it was great
Oh,
after
really?
all. And on top
Oh,
of that, they had like three of the original actors like having cameos in it. It's like Gregory Peck, Robert Mitchum, just to name a few. I mean, yeah, it's like just the way De Niro played that character. I mean, he was that creepy dude and like going after the lawyer and his family. That was great. I mean, it's just great and suspenseful. I mean, especially towards the end, that was great, overall. So,
cool.
all right. So, I guess that concludes our picks from 1991. So, I guess we will move on to 96. And of course, I can start off. My first one would be Set It Off.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because my dad and I saw in the theaters. And of course, like some buddies from school, but I didn't know they were there too. And so we ended up seeing it. I mean, just who would have thought you have four black women, planning bank robberies? But I mean, I got the gist of the movie because you gotta think about it. All four were done wrong by the system. So figured, hey, robbing these banks was just probably a way to get back at them.
Right.
Of course, I felt more for Jada Pinkett's character of, her as Stoney because think about it, the cops killed her brother.
Yep.
So I figured, yeah, she was the only one to survive because the cop that was like, hey, it's like, so what happened to your brother? He decided to let her go out of respect because, he don't want to catch her or shoot at her and things like that. But, you kind of felt bad for the other three, especially especially TT, after losing her son, to an accident, now she needs all this money just to get a lawyer so that way she can, get custody of her son back. But unfortunately, that didn't happen.
What was bogus was they boss actually stole the money, out of Luther. He stole the money. And I'm trying to figure out to this day, how did he know that money was in there?
I don't know either. He must have either one got lucky. You probably eavesdropping, probably knows where it was at.
Yeah, but yeah, that was crazy. I would have looked if I was him, I would have got that money and bounced. He stayed around.
Right.
And messed around and got killed.
Yeah, by TT.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because they crashed this place. Like, yeah, look at all this, buying all this jewelry and everything. So basically, TT kills him by accident. All the witness there, and Cleo, Queen Latifah, her character got that credit card. It's like, all right, you think by talking, we know where we live.
Right.
I can send some people out there to kill you. So. Yeah, it's like, they brought her in the lineup. She was just doing like this. It's like, He's like, go ahead and snitch on us. You know what happens? Like, she said, nope.
Right.
And then, of course, towards the end, and of course, TT, she had to be the first one to get killed. I was like, damn it.
Man.
I mean, yeah, just like I said, they lowered their weapons. They were like, the negotiate, but that idiot security guard is like, he had to be hero, just walked up there and just shot her, and then it's like, oh, hell broke loose.
Like he came out of nowhere. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, don't you see they having a conversation between the cops, and you just step out behind a plant and start shooting at her? Like, who does that?
Right. Like I said, he was trying to be a hero, but then, like I said, all hell broke loose. And you saw what happened with Cleo. I mean, she told a little girlfriend, hey, get out of here. And like, look, stay safe. Look, I'm going to, lure him away. I mean, they shot that car up. I mean, it was Swiss cheese.
Lit it up.
Then, of course, Frankie, she walked up to the cop. It's like talking about the procedure and stuff like that. And she tried to take off running. She just probably got a few steps in and pop, pop, pop.
Gone.
Yeah. But like I said, it was a good movie. I mean, I'm glad one of them got away, but I mean, you got all that money, you're in another country. It's like, hey, I mean, you can't go back to the States. You're a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, that's my first pick. Yeah, what about you? What's your first?
My first pick would be A Time to Kill
Oh yes,
with Samuel L. Jackson,
Matt
Sandra,
McConaughey.
yep, Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Very good movie, long movie, but very good movie, man. Back they was in Mississippi, right?
Yes.
Yep, back in Mississippi. I think it was like in the was it the 60s? Yeah, I think it was back like in the 60s, I believe, wasn't
No,
it?
no, this is in modern times.
It was modern time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back then, I mean, still they was racist, you know what I'm saying? You still had, racist white people,
You got the
back
Klan and
then.
all that. So.
Klan was still, kicking, and man, they raped and killed his daughter, you know what I'm saying? And
No, no,
yeah,
she survived.
right. They raped her. They didn't kill her. They raped her. They left her for dead, but
Right.
she didn't die. And man, I couldn't even imagine, going through something like that as a father. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Samuel Jackson, he played the role good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He was like, look, they gotta die. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even mad at him. To
Right.
this
Because
day.
I mean, think about it. You raped my daughter. You left her for dead. She's unable to have kids.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, someone's got to pay.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And
just the way he hid, and it was just perfect. He waited for those dudes to show up. It was just like,
yep.
Stop.
Overnight.
Pop, 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 pop. Got that chopper started popping.
Yep. That was a good movie. I seen that movie, a few times. I think I still have it on DVD. And that was a very good movie.
Yeah, because I mean, Matt McConaughey, I mean, that's when he started, making his name for himself.
Yep. Even Sandra Bullock started making her name, much bigger.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, my next one would be Scream.
Yes.
By Wes Craven. I mean, it was just like the way. I mean, he was just like one of those true icons of horror. I mean, it's just the way it was laid out. Like see like the ghost face and Sidney Prescott. She's like being the victim throughout the whole thing, and it's like people around her started dying. It's like, what happened? And like, you found out like your boyfriend was wanting revenge against you because like it's like yeah, your horrible mother slept with my father and things like that.
So yeah, I think that because his family broke up or something like that, went through a divorce or something like that. So he wanted to get back at her.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it was like, they both ended up getting killed towards the end. And I mean, to me, out of the series, like I watched the first two. That's why I'll just leave it at that. I love the first two. Like all the rest of the other sequels after, I left them alone. I was like, nah, I wasn't feeling it.
They just kept reaching, you know what I'm saying? It was like, still trying to, make money off of it, and you really don't have a story. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's dull now.
Yeah, pretty much. Now you got the fifth one coming out next year.
Right.
I was like, nah, I'll leave it alone. But anywho, the ball's in your court.
All right, the next one is Twister.
Ooh, yes.
I love that movie. More like a disaster movie to me. About these people trying to follow. Well, I guess they study to figure out like when a tornado will happen because nobody really knows when a tornado will actually touch down until it's damn near too late. So they were trying to figure out how does a tornado starts? You know what I'm saying? They had these little balls and stuff that they wanted the tornado to suck in, and it would read, I guess, the wind and all this inside the tornado. But yeah, it was a good movie, man, just to see the tornado just coming through and, just ripping up, what I'm saying, the countryside and stuff like that. And yeah, it was a pretty cool movie. What tripped me out was, which I don't know how it's a movie, but you wouldn't survive near the end when they ran into the barn and they tied the rope around their arm and this pole. And I'm like, okay, the tornado comes, it rips, you know what I'm saying, the barn
off the ground.
Yeah. And you're in the middle, in the eye of it, damn near. But then as it's passing you, it got you, swinging in the air like it's trying to pull you. I'm like, your arm would have got ripped off. You just would have been sucked in.
Right.
Like there's no way a belt is holding you from a tornado. But
no,
like I said, it's a movie, but it was still good.
Right. All right. My next one, since you mentioned disaster movie, and that is Independence Day.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
I mean, yeah, because I've never seen the trailer of it. Like, especially you seen the White House getting, destroyed and other parts of the world getting destroyed. And like I said, this is around the time, like, it's the same year that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air just went off the air. Will Smith started to focus on being a big screen star. So this is like one of them. I mean, it was a great movie. I mean, you had him, of course, Bill Pullman as the president. You had Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. I mean, just seeing the aliens in that movie. And of course, Randy Quaid, like Dennis's brothers, like what he especially did towards the end, like, got in the jet and it's like, hey boys, I'm back. He just wouldn't sacrifice them. Yeah, of course there was like an alternate version of it, like it shows him in like in a dust plane going into the aliens, like just right to the ship, trying to sacrifice themselves. Like, what the heck are you doing?
Nah. I remember seeing that in theaters with my girlfriend, and we were sitting there when the White House blew up. The whole theater cheered. I don't know who's in the office at the time, but everybody cheered when
I think it was Clinton.
When that White House blew up, man, everybody in the theater was just chanting, yeah. It was like, yeah, that was cool. That was cool to see the White House get blown up like that.
Right. All right. What's your next one?
My next one would be Ransom.
Okay. Oh yeah, Mel Gibson.
Yep, Mel Gibson. I remember that movie. His son got kidnapped, and man, they had a hard time with the kidnappers that was calling. They wanted I forgot how much they wanted to get the boy back, but I know Mel Gibson, he just kept getting upset. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I think they kept like delaying it or something like that. And he really wanted his kid, so he was like, "I'm just going to put it in my hands." Look, he was like, "If you're gonna kill him, kill him." You know what I'm saying? Because man, I was like,
I know some of the parents were upset. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like stick to the script. But yeah, that was a good movie. You know what? I would like to see that again. I'm gonna have to look that up on Amazon and get a copy of that.
Right. All right. My fourth pick will be the Substitute. This has like Tom Berenger and basically he's like a military guy, but he infiltrated this high school. Yeah, because like there was like this gang, going around doing illegal activities. So basically, he was there just to break it down, just to find out who all the source of what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like one of those low key franchises. I mean, the first one was the only one that's in the theaters. Like all the sequels end up being on direct to video because I never watching some of the sequels. But Tom Berenger, he didn't show up until probably later in the series, things like that.
Okay.
I mean, Ernie Hudson, man, yeah, he was ruthless as the principal. Like, of course, you find out he was like the main guy behind everything was going on, and because J-Lo, her ex-husband, was in it. He was like one of the gang members on there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's going on? Positive Gaming Show. He's like, shout out to Positive Gaming in the building, yo.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, thank you for coming through. Oh yeah, I think this is your fourth or fifth one.
Yeah, this would be my fourth one because you got Scream. That's what I had.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with, and I seen this one time, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Eraser.
Oh yes.
It was Eraser, and I think that was Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams, yeah.
Yeah, the singer actress, not the other one. Right.
And I remember bits and pieces of this movie, but I knew when I watched it back then, I liked it because it was something about they had some type of weapon, a gun or something that can see your skeleton or something like that.
X-ray.
Yeah, X-ray, and that's how they actually killed you. You know what I'm saying? Get that X-ray, and it was cool. For what I little bits and pieces I remember of the movie, it was actually good because I only seen that movie one time, And
Yeah, I seen it.
I think I actually got it from my brother. He had it, and I watched it.
Yeah, I saw it twice, like on when it hit HBO, because like most of the time during that time I wasn't able to go to the theater as much, but most of the stuff I would either wait for it to hit HBO, Cinemax, or Showtime. But
Yeah,
like I said, like out of the rare few, like I said, Set It Off. I saw that in the theater, which I was glad. The other ones is just like on video or HBO and things like
yeah.
that. But moving on to my final pick, and that is "Don't Be a Menace While Drink Your Juice in the Hood."
Another classic.
Oh man, I
Another
mean, like the way
classic.
the Waynes did the parody, it was so great. I mean,
Yes.
especially like like the scene, like I think with Marlon Wayans, like he met up with the old girl. I think Denise is like, she was looking at her kids. It's like, hey, what do you say to the nice? I was like, are you my dad? I
My
was like,
daddy. Yes. I think one of my favorite parts is one of the guys he tapped. He was like, excuse me, brother, but can you tap that white woman on the shoulder for me? And when he did, she turned around, was like a skinny white woman with some thick ass glass. He was like, "Ooh, my milk of magnesia, boy!" I hit the floor. I was like, "This dude is a fool."
oh, my part is like, he met up with the grandma. I was like, trying to hit me hard as I can. I was like, no, grandma, I can't do it. It's like, trying to hit me. Like, he went, yeah. She
Man,
got a hold of
stole
that.
on
I was like, man, you still hit like a bitch.
still hit like a bitch.
Oh man, yeah, Hella Martin, man, she had me rolling, especially like towards the end. She did the whole dead president popping out the trash can, just popping. I was like,
Yeah.
you cannot go wrong with that
Yes.
one.
Good
So,
movie.
I think this should be your last one.
Oh no, that my last one would have been Scream, which you already covered. So
All right,
yeah.
all right. I guess we just move on to our topics. I know you brought this to our attention before the show. Yeah, go ahead and take it away.
Well, yeah, I seen on I think it was Facebook. I seen the Rock, well, the Rock and Vin Diesel. They've been having this little beef,
Mhm.
ever since the Fast and Furious. So the Rock wasn't in Fast and Furious 9.
Mhm.
So basically, what Vin did was he went on social media, what I'm saying, to like kind of squash the beef. Like, look, we want you back. What I'm saying. We filming a 10, so I just want to dissolve everything, and hopefully you'll come back, for number 10. So hopefully they will, and the Rock will come back. What I'm saying, for number 10, because everybody was in 9 except him.
Right.
So that'd be cool for him to come back. So
Yeah, I think about it is like when I read his Instagram post about it, it's like, okay, it's kind of sincere, but I mean, Vin should have done it a different way. He should have just handled the beef behind the scenes instead of putting it out in public, things like that. It's
right,
like, look, I mean, some things you don't need to be posted in public. It's like, look, if you two got beef, of course, it's which is well known, but I mean, it's just better just to settle like men behind the scenes. Hopefully, y'all can come to an agreement or not. But I mean, say if it does come to an agreement, Dwayne agrees to do it. That'd be great.
yeah.
Things like that. But I mean, that's the only thing I got from it. But I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. He could have, did it behind closed doors. He didn't have to really bring it to, social media, and then The Rock is actually finding out. I think it just would have been better, if he would have, got in contact with the Rock people. And I always call him The Rock with
Right.
Dwayne Johnson, and, got with his people and, talk to him on the phone or face to face and be like, you know what, I want to squash everything and apologize or whatever happened in between them, and just let them know, like, hey, man, we want you back. We want you in 10. So let's do this and
I mean, yeah, it'd be
see
great.
how it goes from there.
Right.
Oh, I think we lost Sinister. Yep, I think we did. But yeah, I mean, until he come back, yeah. So hopefully The Rock will be back in Fast and Furious 10. and 10. So I'm not sure, but we know it's going to be a 10. And Sinister is back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I had to hold the L on it.
I know you're good.
All right, but yeah, that was just my take. But I mean, hopefully they come to agreement. Hopefully they squash everything. Then we can move on, things like that. But all right, but anyway, now we can move on to our next topic. And of course, I like you probably been seeing it on the news, everything. And of course, that was like the Astro World festival, with Travis Scott and Drake, and how everything was unfortunate. Like some people lost their lives, a lot of people got hurt due to lack of security. But I mean, like I said, Travis Scott, I mean, he's been kind of known like for exciting the crowd and like that. It's like, I was like, dude, that's bad for business. That's bad for your career and stuff like that. Because I mean, there's been a bad outcome because of stuff like that. Plus, due to lack of security and things like that. But what are your thoughts about it?
Well, from just a little bit that I heard, motorcycle just went past. I got the window open, but from what I heard, it seemed like there was too many people in a small space of where he was performing.
Right.
And then I heard about people going around getting ejected with a needle, like how all this started, and people from the back was pushing forward, so people was getting trampled. Some people was passing out, couldn't breathe, couldn't get air, and they were saying that he didn't stop the show, even though he's seen what was happening. They say he paused for a second,
right?
And then went back to performing. Now if somebody, you're an artist, you on stage, that means you can see everything damn near what's going on. And when you in a small space like that, and you see somebody trying to help a person that fainted, my whole thing is to stop, see what's going on. Is that person okay? Because the show going to go on,
right?
But you got to stop to see, what's actually going on. Hey, is the person okay? They're going to be taken care of.
Right.
Once everything is settled and it's cool, you can go back to performing.
But he didn't care.
Yeah, he did. It seemed like he just didn't care for that. Couple of seconds that he stopped to see what was going on, seeing that I think it was a woman, that passed out, and they was trying to help her, but you still got people pushing and can't breathe and screaming. You go back to performing. Like, they not screaming for you, they screaming for help.
Right.
These people are being trampled, being hurt. And I heard that a 9-year-old actually died because he got trampled. And I was like, man, that's crazy.
I mean, that's why it's like too many people. Like, think about it. Like, some of those people are probably not vaccinated and not have no mask or nothing. It's like, I mean, like I said, Travis Scott, Drake, Live Nation, all of them have the whole L's on it. And because think about it, all this could have been prevented. Like, all these measures were put into place. Like, make sure everybody's safe, everybody has a good time, things like that. But no. I mean, look at the outcome. Like, he got sued. Then he come out, he does like a video statement. Then he puts out a real statement, like say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna cover the funerals. I can, cover like anybody who needs therapy for mental health and things like that." Like,
yeah, and I think the place where he performed, what I'm saying, I think they should be, accountable as well, because what I'm saying, they the one sold these tickets. Right. They the one that was, understaffed. Not enough security. So I'm pretty sure you probably had people in there that didn't even have a ticket. To have them many people, that's crazy.
Yeah, because like I think of it, because I saw another video, like those who didn't have a ticket, they just destroyed the barricade, just ran right in there. It's like, okay, where's the security? Where's the law enforcement? Like, to keep it all in place, But I don't know, but I mean, like I said, it was tragic. I mean, it's like, like I said, thoughts and prayers to the families who lost their loved ones, and and those who are in the hospital. Pray for them, like for recovery. Because like I said, Travis Scott, you got a whole L for this.
Yeah, you do.
Right. Anywho, we're gonna move on to our next topic, and this is like accidents on movie sets. Because lately, you saw what happened with Alec Baldwin on the set of his movie Rust.
Yeah.
Because like a prop gun went off. But I mean, of course, Dirt, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I'm like, why do they need, you know what I'm saying, a real gun on set? You know what I'm saying? To, you know, to shoot blanks or whatever. You know, I didn't understand it. And then it was like, okay, if you're using this for a prop, you're gonna use it in the movie. Who the
Right.
hell put live rounds in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You on a movie set, but somebody got the real gun, which you're going to use, but you're supposed to put blanks in there. But somebody put live rounds in it that just didn't make sense, and it killed the young lady, and I think injured somebody else. Am I correct?
The director got injured, got hit in the
Right.
shoulder.
Okay. So basically, was they? I mean, was they meant to be hit, or it was just they was just acting and they went to go shoot? And you know, I didn't understand it. I was like, this don't make sense, because I'm like, okay, you kill one person and the director gets hit in the shoulder. Like, was you
Right.
aiming at these people? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, because like someone handed the gun to Alec Baldwin's like, you know, because like the armorer like supposed to be, you know, responsible for it. I mean, for the thing is the guns, you know, from what I read behind the scenes, like the guns were locked away, but the ammo was still out everywhere. So basically somebody was not doing their
Man,
job. You
yeah,
leaving all these live rounds and stuff like that, like, you know, in the wrong hands and stuff like that. Okay, somebody must, you know, put real bullets in the gun. And Alec Baldwin, of course, he was sitting there rehearsing, and of course the gun
mm,
went off and hit the lady, the one that was killed. And of course,
wow,
when the director hit at the same time, I was like, yeah, he was devastated. It's like, you know, because, you know, like an accident like this happened. And I mean, like I said, he's cooperating with the law enforcement. You know, he
yeah,
got in touch with the victim's family, you know, sitting there trying to get offer support. I mean, because I mean, you got to think about it. Like, for those who don't know, back in '93, yeah, this is when Brandon Lee was, you know, still living. He was on the set of The Crow. You know, of course, there was a
mhm,
scene that called for a gun. He's supposed to fire blanks. Somehow there was a live round in it. That gun went off. Now the scene was good and stuff like that, but Brandon wasn't moving. Like sounds like everybody was freaking out. I was like, oh no, no, no! Like everyone was screaming out, trying to, you know, get him help and
yeah.
things like that. Of course, unfortunately, it was too late, you know. But you had, you know, remember your thoughts of the Brandon Lee accident back then?
Yeah, I actually remembered that. I couldn't believe it then. I was like, man, I'm like, you know, his father's gone, and you know, now
Mm-hmm.
he's going on a movie set, you know. And I always thought, was that a setup? You know,
Yeah, that was
it could be an accident, but I thought it was. I'm like, that could be a setup. You know,
right.
you never know. But yeah, I mean, we lost Brandon Lee, and you know, on the set, and it's terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why do you need a real gun? Why can't it just be, you know, a fake gun? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That don't take live rounds, that you can't put live rounds in.
Right. But here's the kicker with those blanks. Even at close range, those things are still dangerous. It can do some damage to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever remember this. Like it was in the early '80s, around '84. There was a show series called Cover Up. One of the main actors named John Eric Hexum. He was playing around with one of those guns.
Hmm.
He was playing Russian roulette. He put the gun to his head and fired.
Oh
That
wow.
blank got lodged in his head. So basically, yeah, he was in a coma for a while, and then later on they took him off life support. So
Damn.
I mean, yeah, ever since then, like, you know, since this tragedy happened, like future movies and stuff like that. So look, we're gonna take all these guns off. And it's like, you know, we're not gonna play around anymore. There's gonna be new safety measures in place because I mean that's what happened with this thing. Like safety measures were not in place. I guess somebody was cutting corners and things like that, trying to save money, and like unfortunate accidents like this happen.
Yeah.
So, but anywho, yeah, so now we're gonna move on to our next segment. And of course, you know, this is the review section because, you know, two movies came out. One is The Eternals and the other one is Dune. But Dirty, which one do you want to choose?
You know what? Let's go with, since everybody is talking about it, let's go with the Eternals.
All right.
Yeah. I went to go see it yesterday at the theaters. Um, and basically Rotten Tomato didn't like it. They gave it what, like a 48 or something like that. I knew going in that it was going to be a different Marvel movie. I wasn't looking for it to be like the Avengers, Captain America, Hulk, anything. I just knew that this was different. I heard of the Eternals, didn't know nothing about them.
Right.
So I went in blind, and I knew this movie was going to be different. Did I hate it? No, I didn't hate it. It was an okay movie.
Right.
I do want to see it again, but I'll probably wait till it, come to
Okay.
Blu-ray. Yeah. Because basically, to me, the movie was like 2 hours and 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and you have 10 people, 10 Eternals that they're trying to explain their they background, who they are, what type of powers they have, and so within that 2.5 hours, man,
We
it's
have
hard
technical
to do that.
difficulties.
What's that? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's hard for 2.5 hours to basically, develop these characters, these 10 characters. But for what I've seen and how the movie was shot and the acting and everything, the acting was okay. It wasn't the best. It was okay.
Right.
Like I said, the movie was okay. I don't think it was one of the worst, Marvel movies, in history, anything like that. Hell, I think I don't like Thor's first two movies. Basically, when I first seen them, I thought those movies were trash. You know what I'm saying? Until Thor Ragnarok came out, which I enjoyed. Hell, I would rather watch Eternals again before I watch the next two Thor movies. So
Right.
basically, I didn't hate the movie. I just thought it was okay, and I do want to see it again, though. What about you?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, just like you. I mean, I knew about the Eternals, like their comic book history because they're created by Jack Kirby. That's basically Marvel's versions of the New Gods. But as far as the movie itself, I know some people were upset about it because like all the diversity in the cast and everything. But that didn't bother me. I mean, I just want to check it out, like I said, with a clear mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, man, I enjoyed the story. How they're all created, what was their purpose,
Right.
things like that. Because you got to think about it, like everything's always connected. With the Celestials, like how they came to be. Things like that. Basically, we're told don't interfere with human history. Things like that. Like the little politics, involved in that. And of course, like they started questioning like all these things going on. It's like, why can't we interfere? It's like that boss, like everything started to unfold. Like the lies have been told.
Yep.
Things like that. And of course, just what you think about the secret endings, like the mid credit scene and the one at towards the end.
The mid credits, I was shocked. I was like, he got a brother. Oh, okay, I didn't know. I didn't know he had a brother.
Right.
And so basically, like his brother is like an Eternal too, right? Because
Yep.
he had the little orb in his hand. He was showing,
Right.
That one thing that threw me off, I was tripping off of. I was like, okay, everything else looked, like top notch, with the gods, with the deviants, they was fighting them. But I'm like, this one character that rolled out with a beer can in his hand, his whole face just looked off because he's supposed to be like a midget or a elf or something like that.
Pip the Troll, the door.
Yeah, I'm like, that was terrible. That CG was terrible. I don't know why they threw that in there or why they didn't fix it up. Do we supposed to look like that? I don't know, but it just looked weird. I'm like, why he look like that? Like,
I think that's just looking at comics because, like I said, Pip the Troll is not really that big. He's not. I went to comic book people know who he is or things like that, but to movie audiences, they don't know much about him. But as far as like when Star Fox showed up, aka Thanos' brother. It's like the moment's like, oh man, you got Thanos' his younger brother on here. It's like, I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, so okay. It's like, what's his involvement gonna be? Then of course you saw Dane Whitman, aka Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he's the Black Knight, because like the moment he opened that case, he saw the sword, the ebony blade, and all that. And of course, like off in the distance, you heard a voice. It's like, yeah, and it's like, do you really want to do this? It's like,
yeah. I was like, I wonder who that was, because when he turned around, I thought they was going to show the person's face and then just fade out, but they didn't.
But I found out who it was. Like,
who was it?
It was Blade.
Oh, really?
Yep, Mahershala Ali. Yeah. So basically, it's probably going to lead up to that.
Oh, okay, cool. Damn.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions unanswered. Like, of course, when Dane was talking to Cersei, he's like, as somebody, like my family history is like complicated. And of course, it's true, because think about it, like before he became the current Black Knight, his uncle was the Black Knight before him. Of course, he was a criminal. So basically, he got hurt and all that before he died. It's like he basically told his nephews, like, look, use us for good, don't use it for evil, don't end up like me, that kind of scenario. So now, wherever the next project probably involves a Black Knight, you probably see him pop up, things like that. So yeah, it's kind of things like how it's everything's unfolding, and of course you got some of the new TV series coming up. But as far as the movie goes, I mean, I enjoyed it and things like that. Yeah, it's not the Avengers, it's not Guardians of the Galaxy and things like that. But for me, I'm just looking forward to Spider-Man next month.
Oh man, I'm there day one. You know what? I might have to go see it the second time.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that this is like the Sinister Six, right?
Was the No Way Home possibility? I mean,
because when you look at it, look at the villains that's in there.
Right. We got Doc Ock. You've seen Green Goblin. His weapons are in there. So
yeah.
You possibly see Vulture. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Vulture. I think the poster shows Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
The second trailer that came out the other day, near the end, you see a glimpse of Mysterio.
Right.
You got Venom in there.
Yep.
Who else? That's all I could think of. But yeah, I'm like, is this going to be like the Sinister Six, like they always wanted to do? Right. I think they wanted to do that with Tobey Maguire, right? They wanted to do the Sinister Six, and they didn't.
Yeah, because like things didn't work out between Sam Raimi. So basically, he quit, Toby quit, Kirsten, like pretty much the original cast from that trilogy quit. So now it's somehow like things are starting to unfold. I mean, hopefully we get to see the other two Spider-Man, but it just depends. But like I said, not trying to get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like that.
I got a feeling that both of them are going to be in it, but I don't want to see it in the trailer. Just surprise me.
Yeah. Please leave them out. I mean, it's cool seeing Doc Ock. It's cool seeing some of the villains there, but don't show the other heroes in there.
Right. Just let it be. Just bring the movie out and let everybody, be in awe. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Right, because I mean, I hate when trailers like spoil the whole thing. It's like, what's the point of going now? You pretty much just threw it in there.
Right.
I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Fast 9. The moment they show it, Hans, it's like, look, you should have kept them as a surprise.
Yep, they should have kept him as a surprise. Yep. And another thing, what's his name? He did not look like the younger brother of Dom. I'm sorry.
Oh, John Cena.
John Cena did not look like no younger brother of Dom. I'm like, he was the older brother. He looked old, like.
Right.
But I'm like, whatever.
Right. All right. Anywho, we're gonna move on to the other review, and that is Dune. I mean, yeah, anybody out there, you can catch it in the theater or HBO Max at home. But for me, I end up catching this at home because I remember the original Dune back in the '80s that had like Sting and Patrick Stewart in it. I mean, it was cool for its heyday, to me. But seeing this new one, it was really cool. I mean, it's done by the same director of Blade Runner 2049, Denis Villeneuve. And you got Batista, and then you got Jason Momoa, just to name a few on there. It's like the story was great, beginning and saw how everything unfold and everything. I was like, I mean, yeah, this is great. I mean, I don't mind watching this again. If it comes out on
Yeah.
4K Blu-ray, I'll pick it up, because
Oh
this
yeah,
movie is
I'm
great.
definitely picking it up on day one.
What are your thoughts about it?
I actually enjoyed the movie. Just to see, how everything was being played out. Seeing the beginning, how, they had like a peace treaty, and everybody had to, you know, sign like this document and put their ring into this gold, like
Yeah,
this
this imprint.
imprint of the ring in the gold and everything. And I can't remember the name of the bad guy, but
Mhm.
he's like we're gonna kill him. Like
Right.
there's no peace treaty. I want them dead. All of them, and just to see like the little fighting styles that they had, and they had like like shields and stuff like that, and just to see they little technology was pretty cool. Especially they dragonfly that they
Right.
fly in. That was cool. That was cool as hell.
I mean, yeah, it was cool at the beginning. Like, the kid, he was showing off his so-called powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was great to me.
And what was crazy?
Mhm.
One question. Now,
Well,
I remember they were saying that the powers that the boy have is literally a woman. Is usually a girl, but
right.
somehow I don't know what his mother did to have a son. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either because, like, I think if you read the book, the source material probably explains it better in detail. But as far as like the big screen goes, like, it kind of lets your head scratch. It's like, okay, it's like, you know, things like that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was a cool movie just to see him develop, what I'm saying, his powers that he had, what I'm saying, and how he was like ungag her,
Right.
and she was like, did the little sign language like that's not the right tone,
Right.
so he had to, meditate, and then when he finally said it, dude went over and he did what he said. He took the gag off his mom's mouth, and she just took over, shoot
Right.
him. And I like, damn, that shit cold as hell.
Exactly. I was like, whoa. All right. I thought, throw a little extra thing in there. Did you manage to see the trailer for Morbius and of course the Batman? Of course, you've probably seen the Batman, the one out of the two.
Yeah, I seen both.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the Batman trailer?
The Batman trailer, I'm starting to come around to it because I didn't like that guy as Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I'm like, this dude is a vampire from
Twilight.
you know, Twilight novel for women, and I was like, he's definitely ain't no Bruce Wayne. I can tell you that. But Batman, I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, nah. But after seeing a few trailers, I'm like, I'm still gonna go give it a chance,
Right.
But right now, I just don't see him as Batman or Bruce Wayne. But he could surprise me. So I'm like,
Right.
you know what? The last trailer I seen looked pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not too bad. So I'm like, hopefully, he do a good job, and I
Mm-hmm.
can see him as Batman. Because I even had the same way with what's your boy name in the Justice League?
You mean Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I didn't. When they said Ben Affleck, I'm like, really? Nah. But when I watched it, I was like, yeah, he did a pretty good job as the Batman. You know what I'm saying? As an older Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Right.
So yeah, so
Yeah, man. What I got out of it, I was like, it was cool. Like the way it had the dark tone of it. I mean, you got the Riddler, you got Penguin in there. It's like
yeah.
I was like, man, this is really cool. And then, of course, he had Jeffrey Wright. I think he's Commissioner Gordon in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he is.
Then you got Andy Serkis in there. Like this dude's, I mean, this dude was really cool when he's not doing like motion capture, like with certain animals and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, he's great on screen, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I think it's supposed to come out in March, but I can't wait for it. I'm gonna give it a chance to see how he is. Like
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go day
like
one
I said,
too.
I'll go and give him a chance. Like just like I give Ben Affleck a chance. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he surprised me, man. It's like the way he just kicked ass in there in Batman v Superman, and of
Yep.
course the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yep.
I was like, he cannot do no wrong. But of course, the other trailer I want to discuss is Morbius. Now, mind you, like, no, for those who don't know who he is, he's basically like a vampire in the Marvel universe. Basically, he comes in contact with Spider-Man and Blade and all that and things like that. But seeing his trailer going in there is like, I don't know. Jared Leto, I mean, I figured this is probably his second chance to play a hero because, like I said, he was not great as the Joker. But
Yeah.
he probably can surprise me as Morbius. But even though Morbius, he's not like one of those top tier guys that you want to get behind. But somehow Marvel they found a way like they make all these C-list characters A-listers like when it comes to the big screen. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I had a chance to look at it, and from what I watched, I actually like it better than the first trailer we had before COVID hit.
Yeah.
This one was much better. I want to know exactly what universe he's in because near the end he's walking. I guess it's like an alley, maybe, but he's walking past a wall and it has Spider-Man on it and it's a murderer.
Right.
So I'm like, is he going to be, in Spider-Man or like what timeline is he in? You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to know when I seen that. For right now, the trailer was pretty cool. I was like, you know what? It looked better than the first one that we got like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. So yeah, I'm definitely want to see this because it's like it comes out like right after Spider-Man. It comes out in January.
Right.
So yeah, I want to see what universe he's actually in, or do he make an appearance in this Spider-Man?
Right. I mean, yeah, I guess we shall see. But like I said, like seeing how he looks like in the special effects, I was all right. Yeah, it looks cool, like his comic book counterpart.
Yeah.
All right, but all right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode in the books. Because like our next show will be the finale for 2021. We're going to conclude our movie anniversaries. With 2001 and 2006 and 2011 and 2016. So basically, we're going to combine those two into one because basically it's like the end of the year kind of those kind of deals. So stay tuned for that. We probably have like probably a topic here or two, before we close out 2021. So like I said, stay tuned. December, we're gonna go out with a bang, So anywho, go ahead, Dirty. Go ahead and give your intro where they can find you.
I just want to thank everybody for stopping by, checking out the 4K Club. And I'm Dirty, and you can catch me on the PlayStation and the Xbox. And that'll be Old Dirty 360. The PlayStation, all caps, Old Dirty 360. That's OLDIRTY 360. The Xbox, same, but I got space. So it's all caps, OL space DIRTY space 360. And yeah, that's where you can catch me. Until next time.
All right. And everyone, like I said, this is your boy Sinister. You can catch me on the Xbox at Sinister Tar Heel, all caps, with a Y. PlayStation, Spotify 92. Again, all caps. On social medias, you can catch me on on Instagram, Sinister1019. On Twitter, it's Conshoot19. And just like Dirty says, been a great show. Yeah, like I said, sorry for the technical difficulties. Hopefully, the finale will be better without the hiccups and everything. But anywho, y'all have a good night. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.